What's going on, guys? The Comics Kid 2099 here. Welcome to day 233 of the 365-day graphic novel review challenge. Today, I want to talk to you about Courtney Crumrin and the Night Things, Volume 1 by, I don't know how to say his last name, Ted Naife. This is the first 4 issues of the Courtney Crumrin series. This is about a girl named Courtney. She and her parents go to live with her great-uncle Aloysius, who we find out very early on in the book he is a warlock, and Courtney discovers some of his books, and she accidentally becomes a witch and starts practicing spells and stuff like that. And that's not really the main plot of the book. That's kind of just the side plot of the book. The main plot of the book is Courtney finding out that life sucks and that all the people she goes to school with are jerks. Her teacher instantly hates her, and basically life in this new town is going to be completely and totally awful for her, and she is trying to adjust to that in the best way that she can, and she is using her newfound discovery of witchcraft to her advantage and trying to use that to help her accommodate to her new living conditions. This is a really fun book. If I had to find a way to describe this, I would say it is kind of like if Stephen King's It and the cartoon series Gravity Falls had a baby. It's not really like either one of those things. It's not nearly as mean and scary as Stephen King's It, and it's not really as sweet and adorable as Gravity Falls, but it takes elements of both of those. You've got this little kid who's living in a new town and discovers that their relative, there's more than meets the eye there, and they're involved in some really weird and unusual stuff. That's kind of like Gravity Falls, but it's also got some really terrifying stuff here. For example, there is a goblin that eats a child, and that's a lot more like what would happen in It than what would happen in Gravity Falls. But it's not really like either one of those things. It's kind of like a happy medium between the two, which before reading this, I would not have said that there would have even been a happy medium between those two things, but there is. I like this quite a bit. I like, in the foreword, there is a lady named Kelly Crumrin, who I can only assume was at least somewhat inspirational on Ted Naife in the creation of this character. But she talks about how this is one of those series that does not talk down to kids, and it says that life can be just as scary for children as it can be for adults. And a lot of times, as adults, we have a tendency to talk down to kids, and we act like they are just big idiots and they don't understand what's going on. But kids are a lot smarter than we give them credit for. We, when I say we, I mean adults. But this book is one of those books that does not talk down to children. It shows us that kids go through some pretty horrible stuff, just like adults do, and they have their own horrors that they experience, just like adults do. And this book is trying to show us as adults that kids go through that kind of thing. And also, if you are a kid, this can show you that there are ways to overcome those horrors that you are going through. No, you may not have an Uncle Aloysius who is up to his neck in witchcraft, and you can use his books on witchcraft to make that kid who's annoying you go away. You might not be able to do that, but there are ways that you can get around all the stuff that's going on in your life right now. I really like this book. I wish that I had a book like this when I was in late elementary school, going into middle school. I think this would have been a really awesome series for me to have had at that time in my life. Unfortunately, it didn't exist at that time, but this series has been going on for a while. So if you are looking for a new series to plunge into, something really good and really mysterious and dark and quirky that you want to get several volumes of, I would recommend Courtney Crumrin and the Night Things. Unfortunately, this is the only volume that I have. I do intend to buy some of the later volumes because this volume is really amazing, really good. So I would recommend that you read this and then see what the other volumes are like, as I am going to do later on. But anyway, those are my thoughts on this book. I hope that you guys liked this video, and if you did, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow with a different video. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the day. Catch you later.